Looking for the best projector to suit your needs? In this video, we're diving into some of the top options available right now. Before we begin, don't forget to check out the links in the description to find the best deals within your budget. Let's get started. Number 1. JMGO N3 Ultimate. If you want a premium projector that costs less than this XGIMI Titan, the JMGO N3 Ultimate is the pick to beat. You give up some of the Titan's raw brightness, but you still get a bright, polished picture that holds up well in living rooms with the lamps on and looks even better once the lights go down. Its pixel-shifted 4K image looks crisp, it's colorful, and its contrast is strong enough to give movies and games good depth in a dim room. Setup is also very convenient thanks to its 2-axis gimbal stand, autofocus, automatic keystone correction, and intelligent screen alignment, so it's easy to place without spending much time dialing in the image. The JMGO is especially strong for gaming. In game mode, controls feel extremely responsive at 4K at 60 Hz, and it can also run at 1080p at 120 Hz or 1080p at 240 Hz if you want smoother motion and a quicker feel for faster games. Plus, unlike the Titan, the JMGO comes with a fully featured smart platform with integrated apps and casting support. The main drawback is movie motion. It doesn't handle judder very well, so camera pans in movies and shows don't look fluid, although many people are not sensitive to judder. Still, for most people who want a bright, high-end projector that's easy to set up and excellent for gaming, the JMGO is the best balanced pick in its price range. Number 2. XGIMI Horizon 20. If you want a projector that keeps a lot of what makes the JMGO N3 Ultimate so appealing but at a lower price, the XGIMI Horizon 20 is the best mid-range pick. The main thing you're giving up is brightness, and the JMGO's extremely low input lag when gaming. Even so, the Horizon 20 still looks excellent, with sharp 4K pixel-shifted detail, great contrast, and enough brightness for a dim living room or even a lamp or two. Its image also comes well dialed and out of the box, so you don't need to do much to get a pleasing picture. It also keeps the lifestyle-friendly features from the JMGO. You get a full smart platform, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, plus autofocus, auto keystone, and screen fit tools that make setup quick, whether you place it on a shelf or a table. And while its input lag isn't quite as low, it's still a solid gaming projector, with support for 4K at 60 Hz and 120 Hz per 240 Hz at 1080p modes for more responsive play. It also handles judder much better than the JMGO, so it's a solid alternative for those of you who are bothered by choppy motion in movies. If you want a well-rounded projector that still feels premium without stepping up to the upper mid-range tier, this XGIMI is the right pick. Number 3. Hisense M2 Pro. If this XGIMI Horizon 20 is too expensive for you, check out the Hisense M2 Pro. While it's not nearly as bright as this XGIMI, it's bright enough for evening viewing with a lamp on in the background, and its native contrast is strong, so darker scenes keep their depth instead of looking totally flat. It's also pretty colorful due to its wide color gamut, and it's accurate right out of the box. Another thing that sets it apart is its gaming chops. Input lag is good across the board for comfortable console play, and it feels especially snappy at 1080p at 240 Hz, making it a fun big screen option for fast PC games. It has a built-in Vita smart platform with Netflix support, casting, and a solid auto setup suite, autofocus, auto keystone, screen fit, and obstacle avoidance, so it feels like a complete living room projector without needing a dongle. Connectivity is modern too, with HDMI, including eARC for a soundbar, plus USB, and its built-in speaker system is usable in a pinch. It handles judder well when watching most movies and shows at 60 Hz, such as through a streamer without a match frame rate feature, or through the native apps. Finally, it's a pretty small unit, with a flexible stand, making it easy to set up if you have to move it. Overall, the projector gets you a sharp, colorful, big screen image with modern smart features and genuinely good gaming responsiveness. Number 4. Epson Lifestudio Flex Plus. If you want a more affordable alternative to the Hisense M2 Pro, the Epson Lifestudio Flex Plus is the budget pick. It's a noticeable step down in picture quality, since the Hisense is brighter, has far better contrast, handles judder much better and generally looks more cinematic, especially once the lights go down. Still, the Epson usually costs a lot less, and it remains a fairly balanced, easy-to-use projector instead of feeling like a stripped-down compromise. Its pixel-shifted 4K image looks sharp enough for movies and TV, and while it's not built for bright living rooms, it has enough light output for evening viewing in a typical home setup. It also works fine for 60 Hz gaming, as its input lag is responsive enough for some slower casual titles. A big part of its appeal is how approachable it feels. The projector has a swiveling chassis, tilt adjustment, and a robust auto setup suite with autofocus, auto keystone, obstacle avoidance, and screen fit, so moving it around the house is quick and painless. Google TV is built in, and the lone HDMI port supports eARC if you want to hook up a soundbar later, while the onboard Bose speakers are good enough for casual use on their own. If you want a cheaper projector that still feels modern, convenient, and versatile, the Lifestudio Flex Plus is the budget option to get. Number 5. NexiGo PJ40 Pro. If the picks above are still too expensive, the NexiGo PJ40 Pro is the cheap option that makes the most sense. Compared with the Epson Lifestudio Flex Plus, you give up quite a bit of overall polish. The Epson is much brighter, more accurate out of the box, and has a wider color gamut. The Epson also projects a sharper pixel-shifted image, while the NexiGo is limited to 1080p. Still, the NexiGo's big advantage is its great native contrast for the price, which helps it look surprisingly good in a dark room and gives movies more depth than you might expect from something this cheap. It's still a low-cost projector, so you'll want to keep the lights off and use a more modest screen size. It comes with a ton of useful features. The PJ40 Pro has a full Google TV implementation with official app support, including Netflix, so you don't need to add a Chromecast or Fire TV stick for everyday streaming. It also has Bluetooth 5.1 and Wi-Fi with casting, plus 2 HDMI inputs, one with ARC for a soundbar, and a 20W speaker system that's fine for casual viewing. It's small and light, and while it lacks autofocus, it does have auto keystone to help with quick setup. There's a game mode, but treat it as a nice-to-have rather than a performance game-changer, as the unit's input lag is too high for most games. Overall, on a modest screen after dark, the NexiGo PJ40 Pro delivers genuinely good value at a low price.